everybody, welcome to GGS Railways. My name is Greg, this is my YouTube channel. Alright, today we're going to be doing an unboxing, and this is a very special unboxing. What's supposed to be in this box is something called a Schilling train, and maybe you've never heard of Schilling. I went on the internet to try to find the origins of Schilling, and there's not a lot out there. However, I did find an advertisement that shows the company that it came from and so forth. There's a lot of speculation on the internet that this guy came from Marx, and I don't believe so. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video, but let's get this unboxed. Let's see what we got. Now, this was supposed to come originally with a couple of passenger cars, tender, and a locomotive. I don't believe that the two passenger cars are in here. Just based on the description and the pictures that that's already open, and the way that the guy described it. So we'll see what we see here. So all right, right now we have newspaper, lots of newspaper. So yep, we got the classic bubble wrap here. So all right, this looks like maybe it's the locomotive. So I have a funny feeling that this is going to be something that's not exactly what it appears to be, and I have no basis for that other than just a hunch. So we'll see here in a minute. So all right. So this train set would have come out in the late 40s, early 50s. We found that out from the advertisement. And this looks to be in direct competition to the Marx set that came out about the same time. And if you're familiar with the set, maybe we'll show it here in a minute, you'll know that this is very, very similar, very plasticky. Now, I will say that this is substantially heavier, just on first glance, first impression, than the Marx set that's sort of like this. This is the bottom, and this, yeah, I don't think this is Marx, I really don't. And once again, we'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this here on the track. This is probably pretty optimistic. Anyway, all right, so we need to stop here and talk about this. So this is a DC locomotive. It was originally designed to run on like a battery pack, and their marketing thing, I think it even says in the ad, you know, that safer will run for hours on a flashlight battery. I doubt that. I seriously doubt that, especially for batteries at that time. All right, anyway, so I had to point that out because, you know, if you get one, you don't want to put it on your track and not run it with a DC transformer. I've already taken the liberty of getting us a DC transformer here, just because it said in the thing that it did actually function. So, all right, get this guy out. Okay, so yes, this is the tender, and that's all that's in this box. So yes, we don't have the passenger cars. I was correct in that assumption. So the funny thing about model trains, or one of the funny things about model trains, is oftentimes you'll find half of something and you'll pay more than twice for the other half if you find it. So all right, so that may very well be the case in this. So I don't mind telling you guys that I did not pay a lot for this. It was like, I think, less than $30, including shipping. So all right, so hey, did you notice that this is the coupler, and we'll show this up close a little bit. And that's the way that works. That is pretty cool. That's some engineering right there. So yeah, it's got the Schilling name on the side, and once again, we will show that closer here in a minute. All right, so let's get this guy hooked up. I just noticed that he has a coupler on the front as well. And it looks like the activator may be in the smokestack. It looks like that may not be actually functional. So all right, yes, but that is the way that's supposed to function. All right, let's get this box out of the way. All right, so who's ready to see if this little guy is gonna go or not? So, I don't know exactly how many batteries this would have taken to run it. On some of the Marx sets that were batteries, it was like 3 volts. I suspect this is more than 3 volts. Just once again, I don't have any basis for that. It's just an assumption, just based on what I just saw and the weight. So, but let's see what we got here. Let's try it. All right, very cool. Oh yeah, it is much more than 3 volts. Well, that's pretty cool. It does work. It works really well. Doesn't particularly like to go slow. Of course, you know, I don't know when the last time this was run, or or whatever. It may need to run in, so to speak. All right, well, that is very, very cool. So I'm going to give it a couple more laps around the track here while I talk, and then I think I want to do something that's kind of unconventional. Well, maybe not for trained people. I don't know. What I want to do is I want to open up. I want to crack that shell on the locomotive. I want to see what's inside, because I had this sneaking suspicion. That it's going to not be what we're expecting. But let's see. All right, let me get this back around the track here. We'll stop it. We will check it out. That guy is quite nice. Interesting that they didn't stay in business. All right, let me get this in a little bit different vantage point. We're going to get it apart. We're going to take a look and see what we see. I think we will be surprised. All right, guys, I got you zoomed in real good here, and we'll take a close look before we take it apart, just in case, you know. All right, so this is the locomotive, and as you can tell, it is quite plasticky looking, but it has an interesting weight to it, and the mechanicals on it, from what I can see, are pretty amazing. They have some kind of, sort of, possibly German influence. You know, I don't know that. I do know that it was made in the United States, but I'm just wondering. I don't know. We'll take it apart here in a minute, and I suspect we're going to be amazed. So, all right, this is once again the Schilling. You see the Schilling logo here on the side of the tunnel. I hope you can see that. So, all right, very, very nice. So it'll be nice when we get the two yellow passenger cars that we do not have as of this point in time. All right, so now let's get this guy apart. Let's see what we see. Now, possibly we'll open it up and I'll just be like, oh, well, okay, yeah, that's what you would expect it to be. But I just have this strong feeling that that's not what we're going to see. So let's do it. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, this is a two-piece shell, and I believe that it fastens here, here, and then here, and here. And I think that's all that holds the shell together. All right, guys, so here's the shell, and we're just going to show some of the, or take a close look at some of the detail on it. So I don't know what, I think it was, what was it, $29.99? Was that the price in the ad? I think it was. I don't know what that would translate to in 1940s, early 1950s dollars, but this is actually quite detailed. And you know, once again, it's got the, I just noticed it's got the Schilling, the Schilling name embossed on it. So yeah, that's very, very cool. So for a battery operated train, this is quite nice. So all right, let's get to going on getting to the inside, getting to the heart of the matter, so to speak. And let's see what kind of surprises wait for us in there. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this in a way to where you guys can see and I can do it all at the same time. So all right, there is one screw. We definitely do not want to lose these screws, because I very much suspect that if you lose these screws, well, you're not going to find a replacement at your local hobby shop. So, all right, trying to be careful. Also trying to get them out, though. Don't have any fingernails at the moment, so that's going to be kind of hampering me just a little bit. All right, Greg. Yeah, it's out, but not coming out. So hopefully these do not wind up on the floor. That would be not good. That would not be good. So, all right, I'm going to try turning it on its side and see if they fall out. Yep, they fell out. All right, cool. So there's the two screws. They are quite small. So all right, here we go. We should have two more. And hopefully I'm keeping this on the camera, because I got this a little tight on the shot here on purpose so you guys can see. Although with the shadows and stuff, maybe you guys can't see. I don't know. All right, here we go. Here we go. One more screw, I do believe. All right. Maybe they'll fall out like the other side did, maybe, possibly. Oh, no. Well, it's coming apart, though. Oh, there it goes. All right. Yay, we are open. All right. I feel like I did that kind of backwards, but that's okay. So, all right. So, there's the coupler that didn't work. I bet we can fix that while I have it apart. All right. So, the rear, the rear staple is simply just a piece that goes in here. Now, this is pretty ingenious. So it's got 2 tabs, and it looks probably, if we look, see 2 tabs on the other half of the shell. Yes. So that's what actually holds the mechanism in. So this is quite the design. I'm just going to tell you that this is quite the design. All right. So this is the mechanism. And as I suspected, it is nothing like what I thought we were going to see. This is, let me get this zoomed in because this is amazing. So once again, I mused that maybe, just maybe, there's some German influence here. What do you think? That's definitely not Marx. That is definitely not Marx. No. Wow. That is amazing. That is, I mean, you've got replaceable brushes on a DC battery operated locomotive. That is amazing. That's why I said I don't think that we're going to see what I thought, just because of the weight, although it turns out the weight was this. But I mean, look at that. That is some engineering right there. That is incredible. All right, let's get this guy back together. Let's see if it's as easy to get back together as it was. Now we're gonna try to fix that that front coupler this time when we get it back together. So all right, I'm gonna maybe zoom out a little bit more because I have a feeling that probably when I took it apart, probably for a lot of that period, it wasn't on the camera because I'm pretty much world's worst about that. All right, let's get this guy back together. We may even do this in fast forward. I don't know. So, all right. All right, well, I'm going to call that good enough for now. I think it is good enough for now. Everything seems to be working, and it does seem to be holding together just fine. So, all right, let's put it back on the track. Let's make sure that we didn't break it. I think we did okay. All right, let's get to it. All right, everybody, I got the Schilling train back together. We got them back on the track, and we are ready to see if we did any good here. Now, we did fix the front coupler, and I'm pretty happy about that. Not that I suspect we will ever use it, but hey, you never know. All right, let's give them a run. Let's see. Very cool. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to get some of those passenger cars. So I do see a few on eBay, but not at a price I'm going to pay. Now, you know, if you're patient, patience is the key to some of this stuff. You can generally find things like that for, you know, a price that you're willing to pay. Very, very cool. All right, so this has been the Schilling train. So I said it earlier in the video that maybe we would get out the Marx that I think it was maybe in competition with, and maybe we'll do that. Let's do that. All right, guys, so this is the battery operated Marx that I think may have competed with the Schilling. You know, if I'm wrong about that, well, I don't know. But unlike the Schilling, the power for the Marx did not come off the track, I don't believe. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Now, this one does not work. I've actually never seen one that does work. And I'll show you why I think that is. So, all right, I've already removed the screw on the other side, but I wanted to leave this one in there so he doesn't like fall apart when I pick him up, give you the wrong impression. So, all right, this is all there is to the the Marx DC, and you can see it is a very inexpensive, not great can motor. That's why I didn't think that this one was, just simply based on the weight. But you can see that this is the Marx offering, and I'm not sure. Once again, this one does not work. The motor is burn up on this one. I think what would happen is I think it ran on a battery that would go here, I think. Just based on it, it definitely does not get its power off the track. So I'm not sure. Once again, I've never seen one that actually works. And this is the on-off switches here on the top. So all right, yeah, that was the Marx offering, and they put it in this streamlined shell. And you know, probably, appearance-wise, it probably was better. All right, so that's the battery-operated Marks. And I think it came out about the same time as this guy. So, what do you think? Would you have bought this guy or would you have bought this guy? Now this guy seems a little more realistic, other than he doesn't have, you know, the drive rods or whatever, and he's metal. Perhaps that appealed to some folks at the time. Now once again, he did not get his power off the track. This was the on-off switch right here. So I don't know, what do you think? Which one would you have bought? So in order to see these cars run, we will have to not use the battery operated one. Now we do have the next runner-up for possible competition here. This was a inexpensive set. It was AC powered, but just to show you what, you know, the cars and stuff would have looked like. And this was sold as a set as well. So here's a little thing that some people or some folks may not know. Your AC locomotives will run on DC. That's not a problem for them. The AC only comes into the need for AC only comes into effect if you have like the whistles or the sounds, or you know, the E units. This has none of that, so it will work on DC. Very cool. So all right, just pretend that that's this one. So yeah. So, all right, so I'm just going to say that this would have been your, you know, not knowing at the time, your better value, because, well, obviously it still works. And this guy here, DOA, once again, I see these all the time, and I've never ever seen one that works. All right, let's put the Schilling back on the track, because I think he's just really cool. We will close with that. All right, thank you, Marks. We appreciate you. So I think the musings that I saw on the internet that this guy was secretly made by Marks, I think that's just going to be false. I just don't think that's right. A, because, well, we saw the ad where it had a different company name, and it's just not real reminiscent of anything I've seen Marks do. We saw Marks' offering, and it was totally different. So all right, here we go. He's so cool, I love him. All right, guys, so this has been the Schilling train. I think we can all agree this falls solidly into the shenanigans category. I love this quite a bit. We are going to have to get those 2 passenger cars that go with this set. This is quite nice. I bet this really did give Marks a run for their money. Now, it's interesting that Marks survived and Schilling did not. But you know, Marks was a very, very large toy company, and so they could weather a lot. And you know, I don't know, maybe the cost point on the Marks was less. I really don't know. Like I say, I've never seen one of these battery-operated Marks that ever works. It'd be interesting to see what you guys think, or if maybe you guys have one that works. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, I think we have had enough fun for one video. This was solidly a fun video, yes. All right, guys, until next time, GG is always out.